And here is freechartvideos.com, the end of the day S&P 500 update. And this was a day that confirmed what I thought was going on yesterday, even though yesterday was pretty ugly. Before we get started, this is brought to you by freechartvideos.com, where we use time-honored techniques to understand modern markets. And just to remind you, this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be any form of investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but only you can make your own conclusions drawn from that evidence and use your own due diligence and make investment decisions that are suitable for your financial situation. I'm not a licensed professional. I'm just a guy that draws lines on charts. Let's look at the S&P 500. Okay, we're just going to look at this channel today. Again, if you want to find out what's going on in a broader context, look up a couple of the earlier videos where I talk about the consolidation pattern off of the May flash crash and how that, to my eye, looks like an inverted head and shoulders that is going to be pushing the markets to the mid-1200s. But here is the channel that I addressed at the end of the day yesterday, where I had redrawn these lines, and I tell you what, I think that worked beautifully. You know, we closed, you know, kind of near this this spot yesterday, and I was thinking you know, after I did that video, I thought, you know, that would just be just terrible if it just totally gave way and we go down to test 1223 or 1224. But you can see we got a really strong bounce at this 1160 level late yesterday, and that continued through today all the way up to test this green line. And again, that was something that we spoke about in yesterday's video. So I think we're on the same pattern in this part of the channel as we were back here, where we hit the bottom of the channel, worked our way up to the top, came down fairly hard. We didn't really hit the line here, but what we did hit was this purple line, which is the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders neckline. So at that point, this served as support rather than going down just a few more points to test the channel line. This channel line was here, but we didn't really get word of it until a number of days later. So anyway, the green broke, this up green channel broke, came up, tested, came back down, kind of went sideways, fell back down, tested the channel, came up, tested the top of the channel in this green channel, that gave way, came back down here. So where are we in the chart right now? Well, this point right here actually would correspond with this point right here. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is we're probably going to be, at least for the next 4 or 5 days, and again, this is just a guess, but I'm thinking we're going to be somewhat range bound. I don't think we're going to get over this green line right here. We may crawl up the underside of it, but I suspect that there's going to be a little volatility in this middle area here, but eventually we'll come back to this point. Now, you might be wondering, what's this orange line? The orange line is what some people might call the bear trend line, or at least a bear trend line. This has its origin at the top of the bull market back in October of 2007. This line goes for how many years is that? Runs 3 years, and then it also crosses the top of the April 2010 highs. So when we broke over this, and then when this showed up as, at least at this point, what looks like support, that tells me that that we are primed for another leg up. And again, the inverse head and shoulders seems to be pointing to 1240 to 1250. Anyway, that's the S&P chart update, and hope you enjoyed this. Tomorrow, I'm not really expecting much out of the markets. I'm thinking down a little, flat, You know, nothing, no big moves. 0.3, 0.4% one way or the other. The fact that we bounced here for right now is the important thing, and I think if you examine these trend lines, the more I look at these and the more I look at the action in between, the more I'm convinced that this is a better set of lines than the ones that started back at the 1040 lows at the bottom of that right shoulder in the inverted pattern. So anyway, good trading to you, and as always, please stop by freechartvideos.com. This is a free site, and frankly, all I'm depending upon is some traffic and potentially maybe a little advertising revenue. So as long as I get traffic, I'll keep doing this. Thanks. Take care. Oh, and just one more thing. If you like that S&P 500 update, I've got another domain that you can go to that'll point directly to that page, and it is sp500chart.com. So anytime you're wanting to take a look at the latest video, sp500chart.com. Thanks.